Oh, and when I mentioned this morning that things like appear and then disappear, in case you're wondering, the nasty hemorrhoids that showed up big time yesterday, like actual like I was putting all coconut oil on it like crazy. I was running around like, do I have anything for my butthole? Like looking through like super expired medicine, but I didn't. So I was just like, all right, coconut oil. I was like slathering it on back there. And like there were literal like actual like swollen glands back there that like reared their ugly heads yesterday. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. And it was just like painful. Like I had to like pat to wipe. Just because it hurt. And then like this morning, nothing. I have never, ever experienced hemorrhoids for one day and then they go away. Like usually they kind of stick around until you change your diet. Then that's the truth. And people go and get hemorrhoid surgery. Like they literally have them surgically removed when all you have to do is just change what you eat. So I was very, very much shocked, not kind of, but very shocked this morning when I wiped myself and I was like, there's nothing back there. That's weird because they were like full force yesterday. And again, I've only dealt with hemorrhoids since I had a baby and they gave me an episiotomy and then shot me up with a bunch of antibiotics. That's the only time I've ever, like, that's why I ended up dealing with them because my gut just got like annihilated. It's basically antibiotics is like a massacre on your gut microbia where it's just like, we're gonna kill them all, whether they're good or bad. And then you get weird side effects like itchy skin or in my case, hemorrhoids. So that is super, super crazy exciting. Like I'm still in shock, honestly, because I was literally like, I just wanted to itch all day yesterday and it hurt. And like I said, every time I wiped, it was just like, oh, just like, gotta touch it. Okay, we're done. So it's mind blowing. It's just literally mind blowing how fast it was just like. And like I said, it's like the detox, whatever's like hiding under the surface that, with enough abuse will rear its head. It's like the detox just pushes it out and then it's gone. Like, so cool. I was also going to say with my hair, I realized it just feels super healthy. There's sometimes when I go on like, super food binges of not healthy food because I'm like dealing with some major stress factor because I am one of many who eat through their stress. And I mean, there honestly, like a lot of people do that because what happens when you're a little kid and you're upset? You get candy or you get ice cream, to make you feel better. And honestly, as a mom, I end up going that route too, because that's how I was trained and we all just instinctually act like our own parents, whether we like it or not. And, it's like, oh, how about a piece of candy? And then you'll feel better, right? And I'm like, oh my God, what am I saying? Don't do that. So as an adult, I have now learned to, eat through my stress. And there are times where my hair follicles, they hurt. Like if they move into it, like if I'm wearing my hair back in a ponytail over and over again, and I pull them out of the ponytail when they like try and fall flat, it actually is sore up there. I don't know if this is a thing. I've never Googled it. It's just an experience that I've had really only in the last several years, because I don't remember ever having that when I was young. But it's weird. It's like I end up trying to like, flip my hair upside down and just try and like work the follicles to where they're not as sore. Almost like I guess a sore muscle would be. Like if you're sitting in the same or doing the same thing over and over again and working this one muscle and then you try and like move, I don't know. Don't listen to that analogy. So, my hair right now feels like super healthy. I know it's like in a ponytail, but even then it just fell out of the hair. And normally, it's like it stays back and then you have to kind of shake it down. I don't know if you noticed, it just went bloop. So, it just feels like super healthy. There's not an ounce of dandruff. And I have actually done videos before where when I've eaten like a whole bunch of milk products, or like fast food will do it, all of a sudden I'll just show, like, it'll just start snowing, right? When you're just like, oh, but like right now I'm wearing black pants. There's like nothing falling. Like nothing. Oh, there was one. Okay, there's a little bit. But sometimes it's like, oh, in school, oh my gosh, when you would get stressed out, like during exams, and I would have it and it would just fall on the desk. And because I started getting that in high school, and I think it's just really stress involved. And, of course, when you're stressed, you don't eat well. And my dad would use like the super hardcore, like basically tar based dandruff shampoo. And the reason I know that it's like tar is because in chemistry, we had to do a project where we just found regular household things and had to figure out what chemicals made them up. And so I was like, I did my dad's shampoo because it was just like intensely strong smelling, right? And my dad's like, oh, no worries, just use this and it'll make it go away. But I have not, I've been doing the no poodoo. I started the no poodoo in 2007 or 8. I can't even remember. Maybe 2008. We'll just err on the whatever, even though I think it really was 2007. Actually, I think it was. Anyways, whatever. Somewhere 07 or 08. It is 2023 now. And yeah, I've used shampoo and conditioner maybe like 5 times in that how many years? I guess like 4, I don't know, however many years. I'm not even like in the mood to do math right now. 17 years, right? So I don't use shampoo or conditioner. I used to for several years. I did apple cider vinegar. I would like wash with baking soda and then rinse with apple cider vinegar. But I stopped doing that, God, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. I don't know, whatever. It might have been like a half and a half, just because I stopped. No, it wasn't half and half. It's only been like 6 years maybe or 5 and it was only because I was like traveling and it was kind of becoming a pain to do both. So then I just started doing regular water rinse. Like that's literally all I do. And I have really healthy hair, I think. I don't know, someone who's a hair person might beg to differ, but I don't know. You don't need all these products that they like have shoved down our throats. That's all I'm saying. So I think because I don't use products, and what I eat becomes very apparent through my hair because I'm not stripping my hair and then re-moisturizing it every single shower. It's natural hair, natural oils. And there are actually YouTube videos out there with people who do the same thing. Some of them are like historical reenactors and you don't want frizzy hair. In those 5 times that I can count on one hand that I have used it, most of them have been at the hairdresser where they're like, oh, well, we can't cut your hair unless we put the product in your hair. And then all of a sudden my hair is this giant frizzy mess and they're going, oh, well, your hair doesn't take this very well, does it? It's like, no, I told you I don't use shampoo or conditioner. And so then they end up like overdoing the conditioning products at the end that just make my hair like streaky oily in a day, which is annoying. That's why I don't go to the hairdresser that often. Y'all are wonderful, but it's still a systemic doctrine that that you have to have products in order for your hair to look good. It's like, go watch some YouTube videos and find out that's not actually the case. I started doing it because there was a girl I worked with who started doing it, and we were all just like DIY natural buffs. So it just felt natural, like, oh, save money on products. Like, most of the reasons I've gotten into all these like healthy practices were the main motivation was to save money because, as a, young partying 20 and 30 some year old, it's working retail because, like, I want jobs that are super flexible, where if I say, oh, I'm going to go take 5 days off to go to a festival, it's like you just swap shifts with people. But guess what? You don't really make that much money working retail, especially as an adult without a college education. I mean, I have a college education, but on paper, I don't have a diploma. So miss dropping out senior year, smart. Anyways, so yeah, most of my motivation has literally been to save money. And yay for me, because all of these things have kept me out of the doctor's office. Woo woo. And that's another goal of mine, is not to be another statistic, sick person, American on the sad diet. All right. That's all. Bye.